So what made them to be strong? That they were able to tell that we will not serve these gods. We will serve only our God who is the creator of heaven and earth. What made them to be so strong in the Lord during that time? It is because of their personal walk with God. It is not based on others, what is happening in others' life. It is based on their own life, their own walk with God. It's very important. Don't try to draw strength from others' testimony. Don't try to draw strength from something good God has done in other people's lives. Have your own life proper with God so that you can always be strong in Christ. You can always know how God is faithful. And that is the womb of God's presence that you need to carry all the time. Today you might hear a testimony from the church and you are really boosted up in faith. And then once you go in the world, within 2 days, it will just fade away. But then you are in the womb of God's presence every moment. What happens is, you will never be shaken from your faith and you will always know God is faithful. God is love. So we see here, once the three young Hebrew boys were thrown into the fiery furnace, the presence of God was come upon that place that protected them from that destruction. There is a destruction that is actually happening. Even the person who went to throw that person, that person died just because of the heat. He was not even thrown inside the furnace. Just because of the heat, the person who went to throw, the mighty men who went to throw these three boys, they died. Right? But the boys who went inside the furnace, they did not die. Even before this, they were thrown into the fiery furnace. They were already in the womb of God's presence. That's what made them to trust God radically. Right? And they understood God's love and they were already in God's presence. And then, even when they were physically thrown into that fiery furnace also, still that presence of God came upon them and protected them from being destroyed. In Psalm 91 we read that though 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, it shall not come near you. Right? The people who are in this world, they might face so many things if they are not under God's presence. But if you are under God's presence, God can protect you in the midst of the onslaught of the enemy, in the midst of the enemies that is trying to quench, right? In the destruction that is coming upon this world, God can still protect you, and God is saying that abide in my love. That is the only place of security for you. Otherwise, you will be destroyed. The things that comes upon the world will be so cruel, so wicked, that you can never escape unless you are in the presence of God.